Howdy, folks. I want to talk to you something related to hiking. This is something pretty cool. I've always got a kick out of this. Um, there's all these big hiking groups like the Pacific Trail or whatever it's called, the Appalachian Trail, and there's another big one. The three most popular ones, I forget the other name, but uh, really cool things that they do that really cracks me up. There's different versions of how you can get what's called a trail name. Um, it seems to me like 95% of the time, uh, to get a trail name, somebody has to gift it to you based on some of your characteristics, your habits, or what have you. So, um, really funny story. I used to watch a lot of videos about the people hiking the Appalachian Trail. I think it's like 2,190 miles. It starts in Georgia and finishes, I think, in Maine or something. I forget where it was, but it's funny. So, a lot of the videos on YouTube, you will see people ask them. Like there's a lot of videos about trail names. So people say, what's your trail name? Like, one would be like Sunflower Seed or Pretty Mama or Candy Mama's one. Lady does a lot of videos on hiking. Uh, so the funniest one I ever saw was really funny. The They were at like a like a resting area, like between towns when a lot of times the trail will stop and then people can go into town to restock on. So it was one of those, like, I would call it like a rest area for the hikers. So they were interviewing a lot of different people, and the one guy says they interviewed the one guy, and he was there with a buddy of his, a hiking pal, and they said, what's your name? He says, thrift store. And he says, well, why a thrift store? He goes, because I usually have a little bit of everything in my backpack. And the guy says, he goes, if that's the case, they ought to call you liquor store. It was just too darn funny. Like, they're always busting chops on each other. And in my opinion, the best way to get a trail name is to have it gifted to you by somebody else based on, something that you're known for, like, you know, so it's kind of funny. So that's kind of cool. So, um, talking to a friend recently, it kind of almost reminds me of like CB handles. It's something like that. But pretty much the way I understand it, once you're gifted a trail name, that's your trail name for life. You can't just switch it up weekly. You're pretty much, you kind of have to follow the code. So that's a little bit about hiking the Appalachian Trail. I'm going to come back with another story sometime in the near future, tell you about someone I knew who attempted to hike the Appalachian Trail and kind of had really prepared very hard for it, but uh, did some things a little bit out of order. But anyway, we're going to talk to you again another time. Thanks for viewing Jailbait and Tackle Outdoors. We're going to talk to you again in the near future. And remember, folks, always know your legal limits.